Yes. Welcome to Brasco and Disco, the Christmas beer show. This is it. We're doing it early. We're not doing a show on Saturday because, well, Saturday's Christmas Day, and I don't really want to do a show on Christmas Day. But watch out, I'm sure other people will be. Badmouth Beer Reviews. Hello, how are you doing? I don't think we've met. If we have met, I apologise. What you drinking? What you doing? What I've got on the menu? And yes, I'm wearing my Avengers, thing. Yeah, I've got this by a pastry stout by Free Hills, Christmas pudding. I had it on tap. It's good. It's good on tap. I'm hoping for a bit more on can because it's just good. And this Delirium Christmas. This seems to be doing the rounds on social media beer. I know Crumbly Beard's done it. I believe Pooled Beer Reviews. And a few others out there. Craft Beer Channel, I think they rate it as well. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really like Delirium and pretty much all they do. Triple fermentation, whatever that means, involved. It's a strong beer. In fact, pretty much the pastry stout I've got is the weakest beer I've got. That's 5 something percent. This is 10%, but sticking with Belgium's the beer. I've got this. I have no idea what this is. Stile Nacht. I believe that. I have no idea. It's 12%. Brewed by a bottled. I think it's a bit Belgium-y. I can't actually read what it says, so I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. Saying you shouldn't drink it if you're pregnant. I don't think there's any risk of chance of that happening. So, what shall I have first? I will go with the pastry stout. This goes late, but that's fine. I can hold it out until he arrives. We're all fine. We're all having fun, aren't we? So, yes. Pastry stout. Ealing glass. I've wanted the handle. I've put the taster away. I want a good handle. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And here. Ooh. Nice bit of carb on top. Slightly rusty colour. Carb is not holding out. It's fading quick. It's nice. Kind of sweet, refreshing aroma. Carb's completely gone. Can't really place it. It's nice, sweet, refreshing. Yeah, I mean that's nice too. Can't really say much else about that. It's all very nice. It's nice. It's good. It's tasty. Sweet. Is it just me, or is there not much to say about pastry stouts? I don't know. Disco's here, and I'll invite him on. It'd be nice to have him. Yeah, I mean it's nice. I've had it again. Hey,
Hey, Rasco, Merry Crimble Times. How devil are you, sir?
very, very good, very good. I've forgotten to do something.
What you forgot to do?
There, now my whole house can't hear you, just me.
Lovely Crimble hat.
Thank you very much. A lovely hat. Yeah, lovely hat you got. Not a hat you have. Much
There
better.
we go.
Much better. Yes, there we go.
You should know we're not ridiculous.
Bar humbug to you. So I was just saying, I was just doing this. I've been threatening to do it, so I've kicked off the beers on early. It's the pastry stout by Free Hills. It's Christmas pudding. It's 5.5%. It's nice, a little bit sweet. I don't think there's much else to say about it. And that's it.
Superb. Superb. I got a Christmas pudding beer coming up later.
Oh, goody.
Have a little comparison.
We will. I was just saying, actually, to everyone, I don't think there's a huge amount to say about pastry stouts, to be honest. I don't think there's a lot of depth in the taste. I've had a few, and I can't recall one that's ever just like wowed me. Or am I wrong? I might be wrong.
Well, since I've got a pastry stout in my Beer of the Year nominations that we did last week,
Good
I'm
point.
obviously going to slightly, I guess, disagree with that. I know what you mean, though. I think a lot of it's about expectation. Sometimes you expect a pastry stout to be like big in your face and flavours and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it maybe just doesn't quite hit the mark, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, I'm not saying I've had bad ones. They're just, yeah, good. But that's all I can really say. All right, let's crack on. What's new with you? What are you doing? What are you drinking now? Any news? Any shout-outs? What's up?
Yeah, what I'm drinking, although because like Christmassy beers we tend to go dark, but I've actually got a slightly lighter one, but it's quite a dark amber. I should have cleared the shelf. I should have put it behind me, but it doesn't really work too well. But mine is Bad Elf. I like to have Elf on the shelf. The Winter's Ale. It's only 4.5%. I actually bought this in last year. It's by Ridgeway Brewing.
Oh.
Who are in, they're on the Ridgeway, which is a famous walking route across the Chilterns and over into Berkshire. So they're by, I think it's Pangbourne, that way, up on the River Thames. They're quite, you don't see too many of them. They're not secretive, they're not elusive, but don't do a lot of social media, don't sort of get out too much, but they do some good beers. I've had quite a few. Obviously, I've had quite a few Ridgeway beers, as I'm sure you'll appreciate why. But yeah, this is a ale. It's kind of slightly spiced, kind of golden ale. It's a little bit of banana-y stuff going on as well. So it's kind of banana-y, cloves, kind of sort of peppery, cinnamony, kind of slight spice. Just fairly like 4.5% easy drinking, kind of spicy-ish Christmas ale. It's not heavily spiced. But yeah, it's a nice, easy drinker. Yeah.
There you go.
I haven't reviewed any of theirs because they're not on Instagram, so I can't tag them in. But it doesn't matter. But yeah, I've got a couple of Imperial stouts from them. I've got some other Bad Elf beers. They've got a whole range. It's like this Bad Elf, really Bad Elf, exceedingly Bad Elf, and like Insane Elf or something.
Hello, Merseyside.
Hey, Mersey. Yeah, only the one mid-range. I'm going to go up a little bit for the next ones.
Yep.
Shall I show you? That's the Christmas pudding one, Rasco, from Drygate.
Nice.
Up in Glasgow. Had lots from them last year. In fact, my beer of the year was from them last year, if you remember, the Double Orinoco. This one I actually bought last year and I never got around to it. But I think they've either bought it out or it's a brown ale. But obviously it will stand up. So we'll check that one out. And I thought if I get time, I'll probably just finish on a little bit of Nightmare of Brew York.
Nice.
9.8, so peanut, pecan, maple and vanilla Imperial Stout. So we'll see. We'll see how good that one is. In terms of Imperial Stouts, like you say, whether I like vanilla I never get, maples sometimes we'll get, we'll see. Pecan's a good one. Merry Christmas, the Meat Beer Boss. Thanks for dropping in for the Christmas show.
Indeed.
Cheers.
Hello, Meat Beer Boss. What you got? You went silent there.
Oh, no, I was going to say shout out to seeing as Adam was in. I was checking out his stream earlier. He was on a stream with Beer Native, who we chatted to briefly before. Up in Steve Giger, they were doing Imperial Stouts. He had a big 11% one from Daya, so
there you go.
Good start to the evening.
I've gone very Belgian with my drinks. I've shown them on the stream. Here's a 12%er of Stile Nacht. I don't know what it's going to be involved in there. I'm looking forward to it. If I get around to it, it's 12%, you know. And
you are hard. You do like your big show?
Yes, and then a classic from Delirium, Christmas. It's 10%. It's triple fermentation. I don't know. I really like the brown ale, the brown beer Delirium do. I cannot get enough of that.
Yeah,
I will.
I've got to pick that one up. I should wander down maybe to Beer Asylum. I've not had that one, the Christmas one. I got one of the other Deliriums in the fridge. I should bust out over Christmas as well.
The Art and Craft, this was the last little one they had. The only other one of it had some really big ones. I was like, nah, thanks. No, thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. But yeah, yeah, that's what I've got.
What's everybody else drinking in the comments? Let us know what you're drinking tonight.
Drinking, doing, seeing, having fun. I was out and about a bit yesterday. I went out to the Battersea Arts Centre. I've not been there. I used to do a few things over there. And I was a little concerned. I went by a few venues. Throughout the day when I was walking around, I saw a few venues, and I've never been so happy to see customers in venues ever. And it's good that people are in there, venues, pubs, restaurants, etc. But it's also sad because you know it should be a lot more busier. So my heart goes out to all of you. Good luck to you. No, Rishi's got his checkbook out, but let's face it, you're all getting 6,000 quid each, which isn't really going to do much for you. But good luck
not
to you.
even that in some cases. Again, it's down to rentable value, isn't it? And so I mean, I've seen so many comments. I see like one or two comments going, "Oh, isn't this generous?" And umpteen dozen more going, "Well, yes, it is, but it's not." When you look at it, when it doesn't even really cover rent or wages or anything, so they could do a lot better.
Yeah, they did.
Hoppy Christmas, which is better than you thought. Well, it would have to be because I wouldn't have thought that was that great. But then I'm not a big fan of hoppy stuff, even for Christmas. But if you're enjoying it, good stuff. Yeah. Happy days.
But last night I did go out to Green Dragon to see how it was. And it was a nice bit of trade, but it wasn't anything what goes into Christmas on the Christmas build-up. It wasn't. One thing I did have, I was going to try a few things. They looked at a few good pudding things. They had, as you know, I'm going to just mention this now. They had Irish cream Stay Puft by Tiny Rebel. Now, on cask. Now, it's been a while since I've had any Tiny Rebel on cask. This drink was outstanding. But, you know, the stuff that's been going on throughout the year, we don't really mention them. So I'm just going to say what I'm going to have been saying the whole time about all the breweries on the naughty list. Sort your shit out, because that drink is outstanding.
Well, this is the thing. Yeah, we've. I mean, obviously, we got the same thing with Brewdog. We just mentioned Brewdog there, but yeah, Tiny Rebel. I sort of dropped off. I haven't actively slagged them off or nothing. I've just sort of quietly dropped away. But you're right. They're still bringing out some good beers. So, especially the Stay Puft.
Yeah, and then I went on to the Art and Craft. Said a load of them, and I had a few beers. I put it up on Instagram what I had. It's by New Bristol, and it was a toffee martini coffee stout. It was quite bitter.
Yeah, it looks good. I like the way you've done your nails. I like the colour of your green on your nails. You've done your nails nice for the photograph.
Yeah, I sure did. I nicked the photo from the Art and Craft because their photo was better than mine. Beer Boss says people are worried about going out pre-Christmas because they don't want to be locked up main 2 days. Well, fair enough. Yeah. So support my local a bit and had a few beers, and it was nice. And I didn't go all mad because quite frankly I've had a busy day and I didn't want to fight that. Although I was woken up at 4:30 by a little now 6-year-old saying, "Can I open presents now?" No.
It's 24 hours early, 48 hours early.
No, today's the day. But just 4:30 in the morning is just way too early. Yeah. For a birthday, that is, not for actual.
Oh, of course,
Christmas.
yes, of course. Those presents, sorry, yes, of course. But I do know that. I still keep forgetting because it's like getting caught up with the Christmas thing. Yeah.
Indeed. It's all right, mate. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to say. Appeals going out for anyone crowdfunding. Hearts with you. I may do a charitable donation. And that's that, really. I've been to the Science Museum. There's nothing beer related, but the Science Museum's really cool.
Science is involved in making of beer, so that's kind of, I'm sure they have some reference to that there, but I don't think I've been to the Science Museum in 25 years, I don't think.
Yeah, I've not been in 12 years.
Yeah.
But
well, you don't, especially if you're a kid in London, you must have gone with the school or whatever, didn't you? And then you sort of don't really bother after that unless you have kids to get yourself to go.
Yeah, basically. It's a great experience. I still got a lot out of it, but yeah, that's mostly it for me. I'm pretty sure. Yes, there is something else. I'm a plonker. I'm absolute plonker. We did our Beer of the Year nomination show last week or on Saturday. Yeah. Lo and behold, I did leave one out.
I think I might have done as well. I've got to go back and check. I might put it in next week. But...
Yeah. I've missed Wildcard Jammer out. So I purchased this from the Hoppy Vine in Ruislip. It's not called that, isn't it? I'm getting my names mixed up.
Hop and Vine.
Yeah,
this is the Hop and Vine.
I was calling it the Hoppy Vine though, but Hop and Vine. So yeah, no, I purchased that on can from there in October time, and it's delicious. It is what really makes a really good beer. What's good about it? You can taste a distinction of what the beer tastes like for that brewery, and Wildcard have got that. They excel at lighter drinks, New England's pales, etc. That even make your head turn. Don't recall having much in stouts and porters from them, but hey, they're good at what they're good. It was absolutely gorgeous. I gave it a nomination at the time. It wasn't too bitter, it wasn't too hopped. It was just everything worked well. So it's got Beer of the Year nomination. Wildcard also have a Brewery of the Year nomination.
Okay.
Because the brewery is spawning out in all sorts of directions. I like their engagement, and they're very cool to just talk with. They're kind of just outside of the big players club or breweries, the Cloudwaters, the Deos. They're not there yet, but they're just outside it. But they've got their own distinction, and they could be part of that player club if they wanted to. We'll see if they want to. I know they've expanded and they've got their own pub. I was down at their brewery site in Walthamstow in August time, seeing Jim the journalist. And Jager Wise I have met and had a brief word with. She's available on TV, and she's one hell of a singer. We've both listened to her on Spotify, and she's amazing, super talent. I like the engagement of that company, and I like the distinction they have for their drinks. So I'm giving them a nomination for brewery and beer. Well done.
Superb. So is that in addition to the two, or was that one of the two that you said, or was that the additional one?
That's the additional one. So one additional beer, one additional brewery.
That's a great show. It's a great question for you. The Meat Beer Boss says, what beer goes with my Christmas turkey dinner then, boys? What style would you recommend?
Well, you tell us. You're the Meat Beer Boss, man.
Well, I think that's a difficult question, mostly because I always neatly swerve the what beer is best kind of questions, because it's down to the individual. It's what you like, what you want. Christmas dinner's got so many different flavours going on. It all goes with something. What I would probably have, I would normally have just like because I'll be with my parents, my old man's not a great drinker, he'll just have a best bitter or a pale ale, something not too like flavoursome, because I tend not to have beer with food. Because I'm a drinker, I have food and then I have beer separately, on a session or whatever. So I would just have like something fairly plain. Although I tell you what, this is a great segue, and I'll come back for your answer later, Rasco. A great beer, I think, to have with Christmas dinner would be the one I had this week from Lord's Brewing, the Roy, because it's cranberry infused pale ale. And you have cranberry sauce with Christmas dinner. And although having just said only having a plain pale ale, and it's not a plain pale ale, but having cranberry sauce in your beer, that would be a great accompaniment to a turkey dinner. Which is a great segue. I genuinely mean that. It is a good beer because I did a video of it this week. As you see, it went up there, Rasco. Zoom darts and Roy. I did a little explanation of a game of Zoom darts, a game of darts over Zoom, because we've not been going back to the pub recently. Went up and I said, if anybody plays darts and fancies a game of darts over Zoom, let me know. Sharp came back to me and said he might be up for it. He's got a dartboard, but he's got to put it back up, I think, in his garage. So we might be doing the first ever intercontinental Zoom darts championships.
Fair enough then, mate. It sounds like a great thing. You should achieve that and have a beer and have a chat. It sounds great. So back to the beer and Christmas dinner. Turkey fresh is good. When it gets a bit dry, I'm not too sure about it. I'd have to pump up some cranberry on it. It's good in sandwiches, a bit better. I don't have turkey in my house anymore. It's been vetoed. We have roast beef. I've got a nice little recipe for it. I've got to marinate it tomorrow night and get it ready, or tomorrow morning. Some mixed herbs, some onion, garlic, and Dijon mustard, which I coat massage into the meat. It's a delicious recipe. Then I place it on top of onions and put it in the oven. And yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I've done it for be the fourth time I've done it, and I'm impressed every time. Go with me. What beer would go?
Yeah, I was going to say, what beer would go well with that? And what beer would you have if you were having turkey? Would it be the same thing?
Well, all right, I'll answer both for beef and turkey. You know what? You would usually drink red wine for something like that. If I do,
I was going to say that, but I didn't like to presume. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
So yeah, there goes me. Beer, I don't know. It's more of a mental thing, but it'd be a bit too filling. And I'm not sure the beer is necessary. But thinking about it, if Radim walked into my house, Radim, who is the brand ambassador for Budvar, walked in with a Budvar beer poured the way he pours it, that would complement the beer, the food excellently. Because with the foam on top of it and how it stops oxygen getting in it, it's going to be less gassy. So it just goes down a bit smoother. So if Radim can walk into my house and hand me...
I would agree with you there as Budvar Dark. I think that would go well. I think, apparently, I think for the first time in years, we're not having turkey. I think we're having roast beef as well for Christmas dinner this year.
Hello, Ginger Ale. How you doing, pal?
Hey, yes, sir. Meet Bibos, what are you drinking? What's your recommendations for Christmas dinner? What are you going for this year?
Yeah, what beer would you have with your Christmas dinner? So there's that. I think that's the same with both beef. I'm tempted to say, mate, you know what? This wouldn't go bad, actually, with Christmas food, because it's a very light stout, and there's not much flavour in it. So, and you kind of want a drink that complements the good flavours of your meal. It is on my ambition list to actually go to one of these beer and food pairing things, which are becoming very big. I know Gabs from What's in the Glass runs a few sessions and lives pretty close to me. Johnny Garrett's hyped up about it quite a bit. Okay. Do you have any wine, really? But from Beer Boss, but I think a nice dry pilsner, yes. The clear of a palate would be good. Yes, I totally agree. That's what with Radim, who works at Budvar, he'd have an excellent lager for you, mate. No, yeah, good pilsner. I'm if it's poured correctly. If it's done correctly, I'm all for it, man. Lager done.
Yeah, I mean, even
bad.
if it's not the Pilsner's pretty good quality, you can get away with it. But yeah, it does help if you pour it proper.
Yeah. This has got me thinking quite a bit. Oh. Maybe a pale ale, a really good pale ale, but yeah, something that just doesn't throw the meal off. This has got me thinking. I'm definitely going to do these food pairing things.
Well, that's it. I mean, you've got that pale ale or whatever. Even this would go quite well actually, because it's got like a golden ale, but it has got a little bit of flavours to it, but not overpowering. But then what you've got there just goes better with dessert. Can you have a dessert beer maybe? Yeah,
this is dessert beer all over, and it's delightful. It's delightful. I've got no bad things to say about it. I was hoping for more, but hey, that's just it. I'm coming to the end of it now.
Fair play, Mitch. You had the Take Fresh Budvar in August on the South Bank. Do you know what? I always used to be a Pilsner Urquell guy, but I think I've kind of gone over to Budvar a bit this year. I should have done them side by side. I had them separately, but again, because of what you chatting to Radim and doing the Budvar, I've had a couple of Budvars at the supermarket, and I love the Budvar Dark, always have. So yeah, I'm slightly more of a Budvar guy now. It used to be Pilsner Urquell, but
there is a Pilsner Urquell bar in London. I'm gonna go visit and just get I just want to learn more about what's the difference between the two. Actually, I would love to ask Radim a bit more about that, but he's going to come out a bit biased toward Budvar, and I wish Radim
are available, by the way, as well. We know. Albrecht's. There's a whole world out there of other Czech beers. To be fair, as we found out.
And I keep finding out.
Like I would imagine. Was that one of your highlights of the year, either at the Czech Embassy or at the beer festival? Like, what would you say would be your highlights of this year, beer-wise?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. Meeting Radim and speaking to the boys in Pivo has confirmed something and helped me put it into practice about my feelings towards lager and beer, how pouring it correctly in the type of glass. They put a bit of science behind it, and I really appreciate that because it really did confirm it was a highlight of things. And yeah, I mean, there are quite a few highlights going out and about. Britain Brew London, London Craft Beer Festival at the Czech Embassy. Doing this show, I think we had some brilliant guests on the show. We want that to continue. We're going to expand on that. Don't know how, but we are. And yeah, I mean, starting off at the beginning of the year, Mad Yank came up for their second interview. Craig Kent Beer, Lords, Hopsine, Turning Point.
Craig,
yeah, Kent Beer. Yeah, and more, and we'll keep going to do more and more and more. Crumbly was on it. Paul's Beer Reviews. All fantastic guests, and there is a crazy idea I need to work on. I like to say Merry Christmas to Radim because I know Czech people celebrate on the 24th, not the 25th.
Yeah, exactly.
So well done. I'll send him a message because he wished me one recently. Going back to the Bermondsey Beer Mile for a brief chat with Craig and Blue Nose. There's a lot of good beer things to talk about this year.
I think what we said, everything we've done has kind of been a highlight because we're kind of pleased that we've been able to do this on this kind of medium, be it the stuff we've done on YouTube or the stuff we've done here. And anybody who pops in and says hello and shares a beer, it's just been a lot of fun. Do you know what I mean? It's just a way of, especially this year, it's been a way of getting through quite a difficult year. all things considered, you know, as much as it was last year, to be fair. So it's been a fun diversion from, you know, the craziness that is 2021.
Well, yeah, the craziness that is this decade so far.
Yeah. I will raise a glass to that, Rasco. Cheers, a little short to get the party started.
Yeah.
Not a beer, amaretto apple juice, freshly made, apple syrup. Oh, I love that. It goes down all warm. It's like a nice almondy pastry apple pie. Love that. Right, let's get another beer on, Rasco. I'm going to go on to the Christmas pudding.
I've got to get a bottle opener. I've just realised I don't have one. Once I can sip beer.
I've got mine here. Yep, I've got a opener right here. Moving on to the brown ale. Going up and up from the golden ale earlier. Glasgow, I had loads of this beer. Last year more so than this year. Not so much this year. But this one is actually from last year. Christmas pudding brown ale. Lovely in the glass, very brown. Looks a bit black from this side of the camera, but definitely a bit brown that side. Are you on the delirium? Good, sir. Good, so.
There was some smoke that came out of this. It's good. Oh, look at that. It's frothing up.
Yeah.
It's frothing up. I've cleaned the glass out a bit. Oh, bad pour. Bad pour.
It's a lively one.
It is that. I tipped it. I had too much space between the bottle and the bottom of the glass, so it's frothed. But look at that. That carbonation is holding out. Nice amber colour at the bottom of it. Oh,
yeah,
that's
a good colour.
In terms of aroma, all I can say is there's something fresh and perhaps yeasty. That's all I can get. That is a good sign. Bottoms up. Nostra or whatever they say in Belgium.
Cheers.
Oh! Oh! I can see why this is making a lot of headlines in the beer social beer network. Why Crumbly's doing it, Craft Beer Channel rates it. I think Paul's had it as well.
Yeah, Kwame did it.
That's nice. Oh, that's really nice. If we were doing Christmas beer nominations, I think this would be topping the list.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's another category. We could do an entire show based on categories and nominations, couldn't we?
We could do a few shows on that every month.
I think that's why we keep it down to 2.5, because I do a third one as well, just to go against the rules. But yeah, we keep it down to beer of the year and brewery of the year. We could have done supermarket beer of the year as well. That would have been interesting.
That's not a bad shout, actually. That's not a bad shout.
Yeah, I've got a few. Not that we like to talk about supermarket beers, but I have wandered down. I've got a few. I had an Audi open up the end of the road where Sainsbury's used to be, so I went up there and picked a few from there. They wouldn't get in the list perhaps, but I mean, supermarket beers I think probably would be dominated by Vocation, Northern Monk, and possibly Siren. I would say. I think that might be on most people's beer of the year list from supermarkets.
You know, 5 Points best bitter is in Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's, really? I haven't been down my big Sainsbury's for a while, actually.
Yeah, I think that one down in South Ruislip. Whenever I pop around my mum's, she's always got that. She's stocked up on so much beer, and I'm like, Mum, you got more beer here than I do in my own house.
Oh, really? So Mum getting in the beer, was that for you or for your dad?
No, it's for me. She's like, there, you got plenty to drink. I'm like, flipping egg.
Don't, mate. Tell me about it, right? So this week, just today, right? This week I bought my old man some beer because it had his name on it. Right? So tiny brewery down the south coast, but he had his name on it. I'll give it him. I had a really excellent 8-grain porter from them as well. I'll do a review of that next week because it was really a top porter since we were talking about porters last week. Anyway, I'll give him the beer. He was really happy because it had his name on it. Happy days. Today, in order to get his beer stash down, and he doesn't drink a lot, to be fair, he just has a little half. About 6 months ago, my mum went over to get him. He said, I fancy a beer. She bought him a beer, and it's been sitting in the back of the fridge for 6 months. He said to me today, do you fancy a bit? Do you fancy a drink? And I'm like, oh, okay, all right then, thinking he was going to bust out the beers I'd brought him. He handed me a beer, and I looked at it, and I could see all the way through it, and I'm like, what's that? And he went, oh, Budweiser. and it was cans of Budweiser Mum had bought 6 months ago, and he never got around to drinking, so I forced it down. It was like drinking tap water that you know what I mean. There's a glass of tap water that somebody had washed a hop around the top of it like a tea bag. Yeah, I haven't had a macro beer in a long time, Rasco. Well, apart from I suppose maybe some of the bitters, but yeah, I was forced to drink a Budweiser today. I felt proper dirty.
Fair enough. I
remember the point. But I mean, to be fair, it didn't matter that I didn't get one of his beers because I bought a selection box, and obviously I snaffled one or two. I drank the porters because he don't like the porters, so I've got them to try anyway, so I don't mind it. Rasco, do you own a blender?
I do.
If you get a fruit cake, put it in the blender. This is what you get.
Really?
Tastes like a liquidized fruit cake. Not so much a Christmas pudding, because Christmas pudding has more of a boozy, maybe a brandy like feel to it, maybe. But this tastes a bit pastry, like just an ordinary fruit cake. It's nice. I can taste the sultanas, raisins in it. Maybe the merest hint of a spice. Yeah, cinnamon maybe. Really nice, really nice. An excellent brown ale. I'm impressed by that. That's right. That's good.
Yeah.
Solid beer.
This is Christmas. This is encapsulating Christmas, mate. Honestly, it's got the nice bit of malts. It's not dark malts, if you know what I mean. But it's kind of like it's got all the fruitiness of the malt coming out of it, and it is. I mean, I love Delirium. I absolutely love what they do, and I wish I had 5 more of these. I don't care if it's 10%. I honestly wish I had 5 more, because I am savouring every single drop. If I'm looking forward to the next, I'm going to do the other Belgian one. I don't care.
See, this for me is not quite Christmas, because it's more fruitcake than Christmas pudding. I mean, I know what's the difference between fruitcake and Christmas pudding? It's pretty much the same thing, isn't it, really?
Yes.
But it's still good. I still enjoy it. It's really nice. I'm not a big fan of... I'm funny because I'm not a big fan of fruitcake or Christmas pudding that much, because I like my raisins and my sultanas, but I don't like them in things. I'm a bit funny with fruitcakes and that. But in beer, those flavours work for me because it's a darker beer, isn't it?
Fair enough.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There we go.
If I may say, my other highlight of the year was last week at about 1 a.m. I mean, it's a very, when I actually recorded, edited, produced a video, slightly wazzicked, at 1 o'clock in the morning online. I thought it was one of my best videos this year, to be honest. How ridiculous is this beer vid?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. Yes, how ridiculous is that beer vid? Very ridiculous. I mean, a giant hammer is smashing a keg. I don't think you can get more no-brainer ridiculous.
Yes, yeah, but what they do, what that channel has, as a channel called How Ridiculous, they have 7.5 million subscribers and a whole merch line, and they bring out videos once a week, once a fortnight. They've been doing it for like 10, 12 years. They just, there's just 3 guys from Australia, I think they're based in Perth, started off doing basketball videos, like trick shots, like bouncing it off the wall into the hoop and off the house. They'd get like big and do it off the top of a hillside or whatever. And then I don't know, somehow they graduate. And it's nothing to do with beer. This is all sober, by the way. This is one of them sort of things like when you sit around in a pub, have a crazy idea and then go and do it. But these guys have done it sober. And they graduated to like smashing stuff and throwing stuff off of stuff. And somehow they got access to an observatory. And they got this 45-meter tower. And they just throw stuff off the tower and see it smash. And they got all these slow-mo cameras. And then they started building stuff. They got like a metal fabricators got involved and built them like a 7-foot axe head, like out of sheet steel. So they'll either throw stuff like watermelons, bowling balls, and just watch it smash on the axe head, or they'll get cars, speedboats, and on one occasion like fridges, on one occasion a Cessna light aircraft and just drop. They've got a winch. And they'll just drop the axe head onto stuff and just watch it split in half and smash. And they've got all these slow-mo cameras. Anyway, so this month they've built a 3-ton claw hammer on hydraulics, and they just pull the pin, and it just smashes down. And they did one with a beer keg. It was like a 50-litre beer keg. I'm guessing Foster's or some cheap Australian fish. Hey, Craig, cheers, man. That's probably. Yeah, so I saw this online and I thought that's a brilliant. It's beer related, so I'll do a beer video where I was just doing a reaction video. You see these on all the time, people just react to stuff. So it was 2 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning after we'd done the show last Saturday. I really enjoyed it. So I thought I'll do it, I'll record it, put it up. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what everybody else think. 22 other people watched it as well, so happy with that.
Fair play. All right.
Funny
Hello,
enough,
Craig.
They've got like a dartboard one as well, so I might do that one next week.
Fair enough.
They'll do
Hello, Craig.
Cheers. They do one that they'll put a dartboard on and drop the darts from like 40 metres up, see if it hits the bullseye. Oh, they got one with fidget spinners. I want to do the fidget spinner one as well.
Fidget spinners. Craig, what you're drinking, what you're eating on Christmas Day, what do you think complements a Christmas dinner in terms of beer?
Turkey or onions.
Yeah, so let us know. That was a question that came up earlier. We always appreciate the interaction. Please stay and interact some more. I am loving this. Honestly, I wish I had 5 more. You know what? I might go to the Art and Craft and buy that big beer. Actually, no, I won't, because I have purchased a beer which has kind of trashed my beer budget. Yes, I say beer. You'll see what I mean when it gets here.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
Well, you've ordered it in.
I've ordered it. It was meant to get here today, and I'm very disappointed. But yes, we shall see. I'm not sure I'm going to even drink it now. I might savour it.
I tell you what, I'm really enjoying this. This is getting sweeter and sweeter, and more like a Christmas pudding. Actually, it's gone from Christmas cake, bit sort of pastry stoutish. It's through brown ale, and it is now into Christmas pudding, and a little bit boozy as well.
Yeah, this is getting better and better as it goes on as well. There you go. Maybe not do beer reviews on the first sip.
Well, we always say that, don't we? Yeah, check it out all the way top to toe beer review.
Yeah, absolutely, top to toe. But oh man, what I like about it, you see in these delirium beers, just the little lines of bubbles going up, just little lines coming up from certain points of the beer, and it's just such a healthy, good drink. Comment from Craig: I have no idea what I'm eating Christmas Day. I am with my Portuguese mother-in-law and family, but I got 11 cans delivered today. Hey! They tend to eat fish, and if I remember correctly, they celebrate it tomorrow as well. I don't know if they're doing that in the household you're in, But hey, there you go.
If you got 11 cans delivered today, what are you drinking on Boxing Day?
Yeah, indeed. Can Beer Review. I just got a can of Good Chat Imperial Stout from Pressure Drop. Enjoy, mate. Enjoy. I'm sure that'll be excellent, but I've not had that, so let us know. You know what? This reminds me. I've not had the Ants Patch and Hop Day Christmas beer again for the second year running.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. I didn't order one because I'd kind of stopped buying beer at that point. Almost, I'd kind of had to put a little moratorium on buying beer. But yeah, I saw they brought the Stout out again this year. I thought you'd have been straight onto that.
Yeah, it was on my list of things to do, and I've just nah. And it just didn't happen. And it's a shame. Because yeah, well, maybe we can get one. My beer budget is blown due to one beer I've ordered. One beer has blown my beer budget.
Really? Have you got? Is it snake bite? Snake venom?
No. Better than that, mate.
It has to be. Yeah, I did contemplate doing that for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, Craig says it was okay.
Snake venom is that 50-odd% rubbish from Scotland, and that's 40 quid a bottle. Are we talking higher or lower than snake venom?
Higher. Not
you
much,
spent more than 40 quid a bottle?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You'll see.
Is it from Scotland?
No.
So it's not the 75% malarkey then from Scotland?
No, it's not.
You spent more than 40 quid on a bottle of beer?
Yeah, I got home last night and after a few beers I thought, fuck it, I'm ordering it. And yeah.
Is it the new side of Bourbon County?
No, but I wish it was.
That's only 20 quid a bottle, so.
Oh, really? I might stretch out for that.
I think so. Something like that. Maybe more this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised at you, Rasco. More than 40 quid a bottle.
Yeah, man.
What size of bottle? What size of bottle are we talking about, son?
That size, some kind of mid-range bottle.
Okay, I'm not going to ask any more questions because I'm really looking forward to that one because is that the most you've ever spent on a bottle of beer?
Yes.
I don't know the most I've spent on a bottle of beer. It's probably about, I suppose, well, technically 15 quid, that Mad Yank one, but I never actually spent that. But yeah, I know you did. But yeah, that's a lot of money, Rasco. I hope you enjoy it. I really do, whatever it is. I take it you're putting up on a review, right?
Oh, God, it'll be spoken about, yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm genuinely looking forward to that one, Rasco. See what it is.
Yeah, assembling.
Hang on. Is it? I can't read that. Is it Assemblage 3 from Burning Sky? Is it from Burning Sky, Rasco?
It is not.
Oh, see, now you've started a little intrigue thing. I want to know what it is. I want to try and guess. I've had my two guesses.
Go on. You're going to kick yourself.
Hang on. One bottle of beer was over 40 quid, or was it all order?
No, it was one bottle of beer.
One bottle of beer was 40 quid. Fuck me. Gee, I mean, you say, I don't know. You say I'm tight. I wouldn't spend 40 quid. Well, I did consider 40 quid on a bottle of beer, but I would not have you down for spending 40 quid on a bottle of beer, to be fair. I know you've done some big orders in the last couple of years, but I can't think of anything else. I'm all out of guesses. Craig knows more guesses.
I'll give you...
Is it a Magnum?
No. I'll give you a hint. They've been on YouTube recently. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh, hang on. And it's a bottle, not a can.
But definitely a bottle.
And it's over £40 a bottle.
Yeah.
Because I'm confused now.
Oh, it doesn't take much.
Yeah, I know it doesn't take much, to be fair. But if you say they've been on YouTube recently, I'm immediately thinking Bin Day Brewing.
No. I met him.
I
met him. I met him at London Craft Beer Festival. Said hello to him, introduced myself, and he's just as intense as he is. And he goes, "All right, yes, it's good to meet you. Yeah, hello, yeah, good to see you." Anyway, that's that. Well, you're gonna really kick yourself. I'll give you another hint. A year ago, I drank this on one of our shows, but not quite what I've got ordered.
We see now. I'm thinking, it can only be something like Lervig or Omnipollo.
Is that your final answer? Craig says he has no idea. He doesn't watch YouTube.
No, I mean, either, mate. No, I'm not on there every single day.
No. I'll be honest with you. No and no.
Then I don't know. I don't know who else has been on YouTube recently in a big way. I would have seen. If they've been on YouTube, I probably would have seen it. But that's some beer. I'm looking forward. I'm just looking forward to it. I don't want to know anymore. I've had my guesses. I actually don't want to know anymore. I want to just see when you come out of it. That is.
Yeah.
Are you doing a video, or are you doing a live? What are you gonna do?
I haven't figured that bit out yet.
There you go. See, I'm looking forward to it. £40 a bottle. I know it's going to be big. I know it's going to be good. I'm guessing it's adjunct heavy, like craziness, right?
I don't think so. So, all right, I'll give you one more hint. It's not from a craft brewery.
Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is right now. What year, Vasco? What year? Are we talking 1990s or later?
No, we're talking, what the brewery or the
the year of the beer. Are we talking? Well, it can't be 20. It can't be this year. Is it this year's or is it?
No.
Oh
no, God,
no. Yeah, so it must be like 2000s.
5 years old.
5 years old. Okay, I know exactly what it is. I think, Craig does as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Fair play. Yeah. Would I spend £40 on Fuller's?
But to be fair, I've spent 50 quid.
Fuck me. I tell you what. No, fair play to you, Rasco, for doing it, for giving it a go, mate.
Well,
I mean, I don't know if I could. Well, if I could, would I? I don't know.
Yeah. The thing is, though, there's a saying that you shouldn't age barley wine. Aging barley wine after 5 years is pointless. But Fuller's do it anyway, and they make a shitload of money. Last year, I got Fuller's Vintage Ale. I didn't age it. I just drank it. It was very nice. Instead of just buying one and aging it in my cupboard or whatever, I've just brought the edition, and I've had a good run recently, so I'm happy. This is my Christmas present to myself.
Okay. And are you aging it or drinking it and reviewing it? What are you gonna do?
I'm either gonna drink it and review it, or keep it a few months and review it. It's not gonna last longer than a year. There's no point in me forking out this money. I would just brought this year's and just aged it.
Yeah.
Craig has a 2018 at home. Well, there you go.
So I've got a 2020, and it's not the same, but it's similar kind of range. I bought one from Bateman's up in Lincolnshire, which is kind of the cheaper end of old ale. And I don't know, I haven't even looked at it. I haven't even been tempted because I've got so much other beer. So I'm not sure when I should or could do that one. But I think it's Bateman's Old Ale, I think it's called. And, Bateman's is a sort of northern Fuller's, but not quite as big. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm still looking forward to it. Well, it's fair play, Rasco. It's
Yeah, well, like I said, it was my Christmas present to myself. Craig, how long are you going to keep aging yours? Are you going to just give it 5 years, or going to give it 5 years more? Because apparently, the vintage ales that go for, into the late 90s, go for a fair few hundred, maybe even £1,000, if I recall the CBC video of them over there. Yeah.
Rasco, I've done it again. Keep talking about that. Bear with me a second. I'll be back in 2 shakes.
Well, there, Craig, let us know. You're going to age it 5 years. Well, fair play to you, mate. That's probably the limit, they say. Or, you can put it to the test if you really want. I can't be bothered to age it, so this is my treat to myself. Taking a dive and making a good year. But yeah, I mean, hey, you in London? You are. Well, if you're available, let me know. I'm seeing Spider-Man on the 27th. We can meet you on the 28th before things get shut down, closed down. So yeah, let me know. If not, no worries. Enjoy yourself. Have some fun. Smile, laugh, cry, dance. Yes. Hey, last drop of this absolute bit of heaven before I kick into the next Belgian beer I've got last night. I've got my TV on in the background and Vladimir Putin is spouting crap. He can fuck off. I'm going to start getting 10 bottles every year. Ooh. Says Craig Kent Beer Review. Sorry, I should say that, because people who watch this back can't see the comments, which is a bit silly. I know a way to get around it, though, and I might do that. Anyway, you could maybe set up a little trade thing going, unless you want them all for yourself. Bottle exchange Kent beer. Think about it. Anyway, I'm going to watch this out. I'm going to kick on with my last beer.
I'm gonna do a quick shot. Amaretto and apple. I do love a little amaretto and apple shot.
Yes, which will burn your palate.
It warms your cockles, my son.
Mate, do you remember that time the Craft Beer Channel were doing a live and you put in the comments you just had a curry or something, and Johnny just goes, "Well, that's your palate gone." Didn't stop us though.
No, it was because it was the smoked beer. It was, I think that was the Rauch beer. I think that was the Handspatch and Hop Day, the Rauch beer, which I've still got to do this year's of. I got that in. I've still got that in the cupboard.
Was it the Rauch beer? Because they did that at the beginning or the end, towards the end of the first lockdown. I'm talking about when they had Simon on the show, and they had that guy from Glenfiddich, and you put in a comment saying you just had a curry, and Johnny was just saying, "Yeah, your palate's gone." I disagree. Anyway,
yeah, no, I think it's possible. What are you on to next, Rasco?
I'm on to Stile Nacht. I have no idea what this is. I don't know. I could love this. I could hate this. I really hope I like it, because I just don't like buying beer that doesn't work. No smoke.
Oh, you can't see it. Can't see the elf on the shelf.
Oh, no, I'm not going to like this. I've got a feeling I'm not going to like this. Just by the smell.
That's a cool. Why not?
It's very high-pitched, fruity smell. I might like it. But it's going to take a bit of getting used to. the Belgian beer really is about the travel, the journey going down it, I find. And it's very, very sweet and stingy in aroma.
Okay.
Here we go. 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 Go, go, go. Right. Totally different. Nice golden color, carbonation, bubbling up. Because when I get this type of smell, I think cider, and me and cider just can't get along.
Yeah, that's that kind of saison-y, kind of Belgian kind of flavour going on, and I suppose I see what you're saying, but I mean, I happen to like all that, so I'm alright.
Yeah, you're alright. This is okay. This first sip says okay. There you go.
Oh,
Very nice.
Oh. Superb. So,
there you go.
cheers. I'm onto this. The Fairy Nightmare of Brew. I don't know why this is a nightmare. You know, peanut, pecan, maple, vanilla, imperial stout. There's nothing nightmarish about that, to be fair to me. That is, that's dreamsicle to me, not nightmare. But it's not Brew York's best beer name by any stretch of the imagination. But it does smell nutty. It smells very nutty from the off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to like it. Smells nutty, smells woody, smells a bit vegetal. Now, sometimes I have a problem with Imperial stouts and kind of adjunct heavy, kind of chocolatey kind of stouts. Is it smells really vegetal, like kind of like decomposing vegetable matter.
Mm-hmm.
But then, if it does, generally means I know it's going to be a good stout. Because the aroma doesn't go in flavour on that one. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yep, no, it's perfectly fine.
Anyway, cheers, Mary Crimble.
Cheers, Mary Crimble. This is delightful. I wish I hadn't drank it last. It's a first drink. Bizarrely, a 12%. It's a first drink. It's the type of drink you need to have first to get the full flavour out of it. Because I'm sure there's a lot more in this flavour than I can now get. But there you go. I might pour, Craig is saying I might pour a Dea Combo X Bonds collab. Yeah, go for it. Why not? It's Christmas.
New Barnes. Oh, I didn't know about that one. I don't check out there, but New Barnes, I've had a couple of their beers. Have been alright. This is it's a boozy number. There's a big kind of that Imperial stout kind of booziness at the back of it. It's very nutty. It's got that maple sweetness. It's nice. I mean, it's my kind of thing, so it's going to be. Yeah, it's very nutty. Nicely dark. Yeah, big hit on the maple, which sort of goes into kind of rum, brandy, booziness. I mean, it's 9.8%. It's not massive, but it's good. Big creamy head. You see the lacing already on that, sticking around. I mean, I'm a fan of Brew York. A lot of people are like sitting on the fence with it. They're not too sure, but I mostly like what Brew York do. I don't have them too much as I thought I would, but yeah, I really like the maple flavour on that. And the pecan is there. There's a lot of general nuttiness about it. I will drink this too quickly because it's really smooth and really sweet and really boozy. I should sip it, but I can't. It's nice. It's nice. It's a good one, that.
Looks great, Disco, from Craig. And we've had someone else join us. Ooh, window beer review.
Hey, greetings, sir. Good on you, good sir.
How are you doing? How's things going, mate? What are
This
you
won't get
drinking?
anywhere near beer of the year, but it is a very good beer. If I'd had it earlier in the year, I might think about it. It's almost too boozy for only 9.8%. But I'm enjoying it. It's all right.
I'm enjoying this as well. Like I said, I wish I started on this and not, had it last.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. You have to
going
do.
down.
I think you have to choose your. You have to choose your booze carefully in which order you do it. If you're doing like a little mini session, like we have to do, like it does affect how the beers go down, I suppose.
Absolutely. You never know, but in the day, I'm enjoying this, man. But it's good, but it's getting my reflux a bit. So, hi everyone from Happy Christmas from Window. That's classy beer, Rasco spelled with a K, Craig. All right, okay. Window beer, and anyone who's watching this in playback or whatever, what beer complements your food? This was brought up by Beer Meat Boss earlier on Christmas Day. Do you have a beer on Christmas Day? Do you have it with your dinner? Do you have it before? Do you have it after? I used to go to the pub before my dinner, and I wouldn't drink. I might have a bit of wine during the dinner. Then afterwards, maybe I have a beer. I'm not one for drinking heavily on Christmas Day. Never have been. Mostly because I was usually too tanked up the night before, or nights, plural, before. I was never hungover on Christmas. Only once I would say I was hungover. I also had a bit of a fever once. I couldn't make it to the pub. I lit my mate, Middle-aged Dave, down. But yeah, those were good times. In fact, you used to join us, me and Middle-aged Dave, and you gave him one of the best lines ever. I've got as much speed, much pace as a North Sea oil rig. Yeah, straight out your lips. There's a guy I need to meet with, Middle-aged Dave. See how he's doing. If I had a cheese and cracker, I would normally have a nice saison after dinner. That's classy, man. That is classy. I like that, Craig. Windows, have you got anything? Tell me something, Windows.
Cheese and cheese would normally have a nice, yeah, definitely a nice season with a bit. I had one yesterday. I haven't done it. I was meant to do it as part of the Advent beers, and technology and stuff got in the way. It was from Abbeydale. I know we chatted about Abbeydale last week, Rasco, but it was Abbeydale and Queer Brewing, and it was a peach and pink peppercorn saison. And it was odd but amazing at the same time. And it kind of, I ran out of words because it sort of tasted a bit, I don't want to say vinegar, but it was kind of balsamic vinegar that you would have with, like, cheese and chutney and stuff like that. But it was really, really nice saison. But I couldn't quite describe it. And then I ran out of technology as well. So I've stopped doing, as you probably noticed, Rasko, I've stopped doing the Advent days. I'm way behind on the Advent calendar beers.
Boo. No, you've got to keep doing it.
No, I've been trying to do a video today, and it hasn't worked out. And then I got really fed up and I stopped. But
dude, come on! Don't give up. Do it.
I know. Well, no, because life goes on, doesn't it? There's other stuff going on.
No, you're only on day 16. You not even made it to 20.
No, I'm on 16, and I've done 2 more, but I haven't posted them, so I'm on 18. So hopefully, if it all goes well tomorrow, I'll bash up a load tomorrow and we'll catch up. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't do Advent anyway, so it's like a Christmas thing. I'll just catch up later, won't I?
If you start, you must finish. You must finish before the 25th. So I want you to fucking session
I don't believe in all that business. It doesn't really matter, does it?
It doesn't. It does matter. You got to finish it. You
If
started
I thought
it.
about it, what I should have done was the 12 days of Christmas, because that's less like work. But I should have got 12 beers in with the 12 days of Christmas, like a beer with. Well, I could have had 12 Lords of Leaping. I had me Lords Brewing, didn't I? I could have done a beer with swans in it or something. I don't know. I should have found that out. I might do that next year. Let me do 12 beers of Christmas next year, I think.
But next year's next year. Finish this year. You got to do 9 beers in 24 hours. That's your There's your challenge.
Challenge, all right. Okay, yeah. Fair play. I'll get on it tomorrow. Don't you worry.
Yes, you've got to get on it, literally. If you complete this challenge, you can have some of the Fuller's Vintage Ale.
Okay, so I will get on that tomorrow. I do like a challenge. You like a challenge? Let's do some more challenges, Russell.
Yeah, there you go. Challenge. If you can get up to 20, well, I would say 25, but 24 of the beers within the next 24 hours, and you've got to put them on Instagram as well. You can have some of the Fuller's Vintage Ale.
Do you know, I might even after we finish this stream, I might start straight away. Forget about the best time to posting. I've got 2 in the can. I've just got to do them. And that was the other thing. Like Instagram, normally you can post like two more than one picture, and it wouldn't let me. So I got really fed up with it. So Craig says he's got a turkey barrel-aged Impy Stout on Xmas Day. Yeah, we were just telling beers go well on Christmas Day.
Yep. I'll tell you what, this would go.
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest.
This would go well after Christmas dinner. This would finish you off. This would just, it convince you it would do well with the digestion. It wouldn't, but yeah. I'm loving this. Fuck me. I'm just good. You know what? Next year we should do a Belgian night.
Yeah, no, we could do that. I just wandered down Beer Asylum. They got a big Belgian range down there. They got a big German range down there. So yeah, we can do some Belgian beers. Definitely.
Belgian night. If not, I'm pretty sure Trembling Madness will be able to accommodate.
Absolutely. I mean, it will probably end up me just being a bunch of like the Belgian equivalent of Hefeweizen, because I've had plenty of Belgian ales and they've all had that banana resta going on. So
yeah, there's banana in this, and you know what? There is banana in this one as well.
Yeah, of course.
I love it. I fucking love it, mate. How do you get that? That's just amazing.
Yes, Craig, I agree. Next year it would be good to meet Disco, and it would be good to actually meet you rather than virtually meet you, and that will happen. Trust, it will happen. God knows how we get out of the craziness that is the current situation, but I thought we would have last year, but you know, politics. But yeah, no, it will happen. We will get out and about. Let's not rush this. There's no, I mean, you might be really disappointed if you actually meet me. I might be an arsehole in real life. No comments, Rasco. No, we'll do that. It's got to happen. It's got to happen at some point. You know what I mean? You love a beer, I love a beer, we love a beer. Let's get on the beers. So yeah, hopefully everybody will get to meet each other next year. I think that's the plan for 2022, isn't it, Rasco? Get back out again.
I'm already back out.
No, you are. But
what I'm really hoping for, honestly, of all things, is GBVF.
Yeah.
GBVF made the call very, very early this year not to do the festival. Now, reasons why, I don't know, and I don't think they made the wrong decision. But
I think just numbers of people. Just numbers, sheer numbers. You can't have that many people in a thing of a super spreader event, wouldn't it?
Well, look, at the same time, loads of other festivals happened, and there's not yet much proof saying they were a super spreader event because of the vaccine rollout. But there was a lot of skepticism towards what would be going on this time, 11 months ago. I don't know when GBBF have to make the booking for Kensington Olympia. Maybe that was a factor, maybe not, I don't know. But honestly, I think GBBF, if it has to happen in some park, then put it in a park. If you have to leave Kensington Olympia,
well, it's a big event. It will be penciled in every year on year because Olympia won't turn that down because it's such a big event. It's just at what stage they have to confirm it or cancel it. And even before that, Rascal, we've got Ealing. We've got Ealing to think about even before that one.
Yeah, that's a bizarre one. Ealing Beer Festival didn't happen, but the Blues and Beer Festival, which are kind of interconnected, did happen.
That's the big thing, isn't it? Ealing's an outdoor event in the summer, in early summer, or midsummer, I suppose. Why didn't that happen? But this next year, I think we're going to look out for the Ealing dates and pretty much guarantee we're doing that one again after missing it 2 years.
I mean, I've got a wedding to go to, which has been postponed for 2 years in France. But Craig says it's probably the amount of organisation that goes into GBBF. Yes, absolutely, Craig. But at the same time, London Craft Beer Festival went ahead. But again, they were planning to go ahead in November time in the same venue. But that got pulled off when the second lockdown happened. So, look, who knows? I really hope. I just want to go back to GBBF because I miss it. I really miss it. I mean, all the other festivals are fantastic. I've got a special place in my heart for GBBF. Not everyone's favourite. Everyone gets a bit snooty about it. But
it's where we started. Well, it's not where we started, but it's where we it's where the channel started, and it's the sort of first love, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Not just first love, but it was evolving. It was, in 2019, it really was evolving. And I want to see if that evolution is continuing, or is it falling back on itself?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just want to go. Now, that's my main hope, because every year in January time, we used to pencil it in on the family calendar. GBBF is happening here. I'm having those days to myself. That's it. It's booked. I used to do that about late January, February time. And that's that. Bring on the days when we just go to a pub and not wear a fucking mask.
Well, yeah, that too, to be fair, that too.
Yeah. Craig says, I've only been once. Would definitely go again. Craig, I'll tell you what, mate.
It's just a one day.
If you roll with us, you may forget it, but you won't forget it.
It's worth a look. It's worth. I mean, it is busy. There's too many people, and so many beers you can't get. You get a flavour of it, but it's just it's madness. But like I say, they're going from trad to craft, and you can mix it up and mix and match and just have a laugh. It's just
depends when you go, because I'm assuming you're like me. You've never been during the daytime. Because I've heard a lot, and I've experienced this myself. If you go to a festival early along, you get to meet the brewers and you get to see other beer reviewers as well there.
Yeah.
And I've never been in the daytime in GBBF. Always been in the evenings, usually on a Thursday night. No, I've been on the first night, a Tuesday evening. But I've never been. You did 5 evenings, didn't you, once?
Yeah, twice. I mean, because once we got onto YouTube and started doing the channel, I'm like, well, I'm going to apply for the Tuesday evening, not realising that anybody really could go to that, to be honest. But I applied for the press thing on the Tuesday afternoon and went, and it was kind of fun. and I bought the season ticket. It was like 30 something quid, so I got the Tuesday in anyway, and all it is for the Tuesday, and to a certain extent the Wednesday session, it's just there's slightly less people there, so you can get to go about a bit more freely wherever you want. It's a bit you don't have to queue for beers so much until you get to the evening. But yeah, it was fun doing the whole session, those times. So it's worth doing just once, So even if you book the Tuesday afternoon off work, or the Tuesday off of work, or whatever, or the Wednesday off work, it's kind of worth doing it just to see. And even that time, the first time I did it, was it 2018? I still didn't get to try the beer of the year, the Broken Dream, because every time I went there, it sold out, and I had to put another keg on. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That what got me on Siren's radar. And Siren wasn't even that old of a beer. It's a good one.
Yeah, as Craig says, just want to get back to those more great times. Forget the travel times. Exactly. It's won't get. I think we could have done that last year, but hopefully it's this year.
We'll see.
This summer.
If I'm perfectly honest, I don't think it's going to be absolutely perfect, but I think it's going to be slightly better unless war with Russia happens. But we'll see. Anyway, but in terms of virus, I think it's just about we'll learn to cope, and we've got the best protection we've got, and it's looking good so far. This beer is getting more cloudy. It practically looks like a cider, but I'm loving it. I mean, I tell you what, here's an announcement of what I'm going to do for next year. I did a handful, before lockdown on craft cider. I'm going to do a few cider reviews.
Okay.
Next year, sporadically.
Well, you had that. I remember that video that we did outside the Hop and Vine in Ruislip, where I introduced you to a cider, and you said, "Actually, I might change." Do you remember what that cider was?
No.
It was a company called Snail's Bank, Herefordshire cider, mostly bag and box stuff. But I haven't seen them for 2 years. They're still going. They're still about. They've survived lockdown as far as I can tell. But they're not sparkling cider. It's all still cider, bag and box stuff. They come out with some beautiful ciders. I love Snail's Bank. That's a hill I will die on. And you enjoyed it, sir?
I did. I completely forgot I had a fucking cider. Shows how much attention I pay to our videos. But yeah, there you go. I love the Hop and Vine. If I was back in around that area, I'd be popping by. We're in the last 7 minutes of our show.
Yes.
It's been a nice, quiet show. I quite like it when it happens, but I also quite like audience interaction. Craig, yes. I appreciate you staying with us, brother. And if you got any last comments of anything, you can tell us, literally tell us anything. This is your tell us anything moment. Or ask us anything. You've got 7 minutes to ask us anything. This is delightful. But I am tanked now. I've done a 12% out of 10% of my bike ride.
Same here, mate. This is great. This is really enjoyable. Nice woody nuttiness, booziness, sweetness, maple, honey kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
See the nation on the glass. It's doing well. It's holding up. The head's great. It's been a good night, Rasco. It's been a good drink.
It's been a very good drink. I enjoyed it.
Good stuff. It was
cool. Very good. May everyone's dreams for Christmas and beyond hell come true. Ealing Beer Festival sounds good. Mate, Craig, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's outside. It's in a park. It's a massive, massive tent. There's a lot of beers on. A lot of good breweries there.
This isn't your standard camera. This is good, decent camera doing something decent.
Yeah. Even went last time we went, 2019, there was a lot of craft breweries there. Turning Point, Wild Weather.
That's it. And that's just it. If you look, I'm a bit skeptical on the whole craft thing. I just think it's just good beer with different branding, if I'm honest. But you know what? You had Beer Into the Woods, that old organization, which, you know, is a bit militant by reputation, saying you only drink beer from a wooden cask. You know, it's good. And I like the beer. I like the opportunity to try it. I did 2 days there. That's another one I would have to do a bit more and maybe go in the daytime. But I'm a bit worried next year, if all of these things are happening, and let's hope they are, that they're all going to clash. I've got too many things going on. What, you know, I only went to the London Craft Beer Festival this year because GBBF wasn't happening. I've always had a bee in my bonnet about that. Always. And God knows what's going to happen. Fucking London Craft Beer Festival still owes me a ticket to an event. So who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Indeed. Superb.
I'll tell you what, Craig, I'll tell you what. If Lee Ealing's happening, I'll set you some dates when I get an announcement when it's happening. See if you can make it. You can check the location where it is to where you're going to be staying. There will be a bit of mileage. It's fun though. We'll be there. We'll be there.
We bloody hope so.
Yeah.
Let's go. I think we're coming up to the half hour. I think that's our Christmas pie. It's been a good drink up, sir. It's been some good Christmas beers.
Yes.
Yes, exactly, Craig. That's Rasco's point. Mainly his main grumble. LCBF and GBBF on the same week. You have to kind of balance it. I think next time, probably GBBF earlier in the week, and then London Craft Beer maybe the weekend. We've tried to do both before, haven't we, Rasco, and hasn't quite worked out, but we'll see what happens next year.
I've never tried to do both because I just
thought about it. Think about it for a while.
Thought about it, but no. We've got 3 minutes. Relax.
Because back then GBBF was our thing, so we looked at LCBF and it was like, well, yeah, but we're in Olympia and it's the other side of town and blah blah blah. So we'll sort, see what happens next year, Rasco.
So totally. I'm going to use my 2 minutes now. Yeah, no, it is that. And look, I do have a beard in my bonnet about that. I really wish they would move it. LBBF. Be happy. To do the amount of time I do at beer festivals, even though I'm a freelancer now, it's a bit of a struggle. So please come to a compromise. We all love beer, peace and love.
Yeah, but if you move it to a different weekend, it clashes with something. It's always going to clash with something. So I think I've always said what I think they're thinking is the people who go to LCBF are going to them, and the people who go to GBF are going to that because that's their thing. Well, you and me sort of transcend both of those kind of mediums in a way. That's something you did 2 years ago, we still do. That's
where I disagree, because I saw many of the characters at LCBF at GBF. Yeah. And I'll
GBF
be honest,
is 5 days. So if you spend 3 days at GBF and 2 at the other one, or vice versa.
And if I'm honest, you know what? Great British Beer Festival was evolving. It evolved, and I just think, just give it some space. This is a non-profit organisation. This is just to promote good beer. There's
always something going on somewhere that clashes with it, so it doesn't really matter which one it is.
The two biggest beer festivals in London shouldn't be on the same effing week. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say.
I agree with you, but I'm just trying to put some mitigating factors why that is. But I agree with you. I think the same. They shouldn't be on the same weekend. But
anyway,
I think there's room for maneuver. There's room for the maneuver on both of them.
Yes, no more room. Well, I don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's our 2 minutes. Craig.
Yeah.
Much respect. Give me a buzz, man.
Let's go. Have a Christmas thingy, Christmas time, activities, whatever you're doing, wherever you are.
Yes.
Everybody else, have great festive times. If you're watching this back on YouTube, I don't know when I'm putting it up on YouTube, Rascal. I'll try and get it sorted over the weekend.
Yeah, well, preferably next week. I'll speak to you. I might get bored. We might do another stream. I'm thinking about I might get bored.
Yeah, it streams all the time, man. Happy days. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Watch this back afterwards. Have a good one.